Hello and welcome back to another segment of Megan's Movement Minute with yours truly, Megan the trainer, and my lovely assistant, Tazzer today, who's just looking cute on the couch. So for today's episode, I am going to be talking about fear and fear of movement and also moving away from that fear. It can be easy to see, especially nowadays, how big of a role fear has in our lives. I'm sorry, I'm tickling your ear. And how it can change us. And how it can change our habits, it can change our patterns, and it can make us feel really unstable. So fear of the unknown, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And being fearful because we don't understand. So fear is not really a new topic. So those are some big quotes that usually float around about fear. So again, fear can be really protectful. It helps us, to stay away from danger, to stay out of harm. But it can also have negative consequences. Maybe we've gotten hurt in the past and are fearful of experiencing that same event again. Fear maybe causes us to change, positively or negatively. So how does this fear relate to our movement? So how has fear influenced you and your own body's movement? I keep tickling your ear, I'm sorry. Let me tuck my hair back. So maybe you, in one way, shape, or form, have been fearful of going to the gym. Maybe you are. Maybe you're fearful of working with a trainer, or maybe you're fearful of not working with a trainer. Maybe you're fearful of injury, fearful of feeling pain or being uncomfortable, or even just fearful of just not knowing what to do, or if you're doing it correctly. So physically, when we think of fear and influencing our movement, our brain responds to protect us. So it's going to change our movement patterns. So if you think of a baby learning to walk, so they're going to take big steps at big base of support, or big wide steps, small forward steps, but their feet will be wide for, again, that big base of support, because they're still learning to really integrate that core, their core musculature. And as we age, if you are less active, sometimes you might lose that core musculature, and therefore you take smaller steps. You kind of shuffle your feet. Again, that's a way of your body to protect you out of fear of hurting yourself. This lack of stability causes us to be fearful and changes our movements. So maybe it's a deadlift and you worry about hurting your back, or a squat and you worry about hurting your knees, etc. Fortunately, here at Fitness Lying Down, we have plenty of ways to establish and help you reintegrate that core stability and help you find it, because we know that you have it. But it helps your body, helps your brain make those better and stronger connections, allowing your body to let go a little bit of that fear. So the same thing happens also in a non-physical way. So let's say you're new to the gym and you are presented with a new movement that makes you feel fearful. Maybe you're afraid that you're not going to be able to do it. So for instance, think of a step up. Maybe that box looks really high, or maybe that weight looks really, really heavy, and you are fearful that you are not going to be successful at this movement. Once again, fortunately, at Fitness Lying Down, our coaches, we have this really awesome superpower where we can see that non-physical core stability. We can see it in you. We know that you can do it, even if you feel that you lack that inner core stability. So we would not ask you to do something that would put you in danger. Sometimes it doesn't always work the way we think. Maybe the box is too high, or maybe it is too, okay, there we go. Oh my goodness. You're kind of grumpy. You want me to be quiet? I'm almost done. Sometimes it doesn't always work the way that we think. Maybe the box is a little too high. Maybe the weight is a little too heavy, but that's only for right now. So we can see, again, with our superpowers, that you can and that you actually will someday when you are ready. So what are you afraid of? So now that you know better, let's go ahead and do better so we can all be better.